Hey everybody, long time no see, and today in this video I'm gonna share real tips that help me to improve my English, and not only to improve it, but actually speak it. And if you have a question like, why I can understand everything that you are saying, but I cannot even say two words. If you have this problem, then welcome to this video. However, before I will give answer to this question and will give my tips how I improved my English and how I actually started speaking it, I would like to mention one thing that usually people say that in order to speak English fluently, you should live in English speaking countries, with what I completely disagree. People usually say such words because they don't believe that they can achieve higher results. For example, speak English fluently or just speak it. Or they just don't want to learn it because they don't have any interest. If you don't have interest, then please stop learning English because nothing will come out of this. I still remember, like, as a child, I used to hate English. I thought it was too boring. It was really boring because I didn't have any interest. My parents always used to say me that English will be really helpful for me in the future, blah blah blah. But it didn't give me any motivation. But soon, when I started listening to musics, especially English ones, I started understanding that I really like it. I want to sing with the same accent, with the same fluency like English native singers. And I started doing it. And I also started understanding the fact that actually English is not boring, it's very interesting. So if you don't have interest in English, don't worry. You will definitely find it. Just start doing something. You should start doing something, yes. Start watching movies in English. Maybe then you will find something that I found in music. I hope you got the purpose. Okay, you must be asking me. Okay, fine. We got finally interested in English. What's the next step? If you have this question, then I will tell you something from my experience. After being interested in learning English, I started learning texts. Yes, I started learning English text with a meaning. So every time I used to learn, I don't know, perhaps 5 texts in 3 days. I didn't learn like repeating the same thing that is written there for a million times, but actually I just repeated that text for 3, 4 times and I remembered it. Not everything word to word. Sometimes I used to forget some words and I tried to just say something with my own words. This is a really important part of speaking English. You should try to retell something. If you're not trying, how can you speak? For the first time, it can be really, really difficult because I know myself that it's extremely complex things to retell something so people could understand you. But believe me, after doing this thing, you will notice it yourself that actually it works. So the next step is that you all must think in English. Yes, right now you must be wondering like, how can I think in English? I cannot say a word in this language. But I think that you all can say simple words, simple sentences like, I must visit my grandma, or I must open the door, I must, I don't know, just clean the room. So you should think in English like this. If you are going to school, you mustn't say that in your native language. You should say it in English. Think about it in English. Like right now, I must go to school and then I must visit my grandma. After this, I should do something, something, something. That will also help you to speak English. I know that the majority of you have the problem like whenever it comes turn to you to speak, you start translating everything from your native language to English. So if you will be thinking in English, you will not be able to have this problem. But after this all, you may be asking me, okay, fine, we are interested in learning English. We know that we should learn text, and we must think in English. Is that enough to speak English? What about grammar? Okay, the three things are not enough to speak English well. However, if we stop on grammar, then I will tell you that grammar is not so important in speaking. Actually, it's important, but you don't have to learn everything in grammar in order to speak English. But I think you all know the fact that kid doesn't learn grammar and then using grammar starts speaking. However, he first speaks, listening his parents the way how they speak, and then he is learning about grammar in the following years in school. So here, you should use the same strategy. You must watch English movies. You should always try to imitate native speakers. The reason why I'm telling you not to learn difficult grammatical strategies for beginning is just because if you will be learning all of these grammatical structures, then your mind will be occupied by all of them because of what? While you are trying to say something, you will be always thinking about all of them, and that will be really, really difficult for you to use all these grammatical structures correctly in a couple of minutes. So that will be really difficult for you to say something fluently. However, if you will be trying to watch movies or news and trying to imitate them, native speakers there, you will see yourself that actually it's not difficult to speak. These four strategies were enough for me to speak. And if you have questions, please type me on comments and I will definitely answer. Thanks for watching. Bye.